Hello, welcome to another Roadie video. In this one, we're going to go for a short walk, as I'll describe in a minute, a part of his knee surgery recovery. He's up to a 10-minute walk. He's brought me a toy, which is very sweet of him. So we're going to go out and do that. You're going to see him be his crazy, energetic, lunatic self, of course. This is week 11 of his knee surgery recovery, where he has been on almost no exercise. It was 5-minute walks the week before this, 10-minute walks this week. This is a couple of weeks ago now. So he's up to 15-20-minute walks, but because he's had no outlet for any energy whatsoever, he is crazy. I think we catch on film this one. He is so wound up with energy and crazy, he basically is tripping over his own feet when he's trying to pee and mark things and move forward, and his brain just can't coordinate his limbs and his desire to go forwards at speed, and he won't even stop to finish his pee. He'll be peeing and then put legs down and start walking while he's still in full flow. He is crazy. And that is just a function of being locked up for so long, recovering from his knee surgery. So in this video, I am recording the whole process. So you're going to see me put the phone down and get Roadie ready to go. I'm doing it now on the walk. I just want to show the whole thing. I'm not calling him or doing anything here. I just go and get the leash, and he's desperate to get out. I don't need to do anything here. The hardest thing is getting him to sit still or stand still to put things on. And as always, I do not force that. If he doesn't want to stand by the door and let me put his collar and his leash on, I don't do that. I'll wait for him to walk off or do whatever he's doing and then come back. I'm not going to fight the dog. The responsibility for obtaining what they want is on them. If they can't manage their behavior to achieve that, they don't get what they want. It's that simple. I am not fighting you. I'm not ordering you around. We are doing this together, and if you're not ready, you're not ready. I'll wait for you. And if you continue to fail, there's a limit for how long I'm prepared to wait. You can see I'm just on my knees, and I failed to get the leash on properly there, so just wait. And the first time, wait for him to come back, and then we put it on. I'm not going to do anything silly. I'm not going to enforce a sit. I don't want that. I want him to work out how to unlock all this. How am I going to go and do the doorway method thing here? He's not allowed to just bolt out the door. He's got to wait for me. The trigger is I move out the doorway. There's no other reason for him to move. My feet are the thing that should be governing him. That's a nice exit, actually. He did that pretty well. Anyway, I'll go back to original audio. I'll let you hear what's going on. Oh, I did skip crossing the road there. We won't get the absolute everything. But you're going to see Roadie just be a crazy locked up dog that's starting to get some freedom. And you'll see his back left is still bothering him a little bit. You see his spine is never quite straight. He was still on pain meds here. He's off them now. And I will get a recording this week of our walks, and doing 2 with him this week. Right, I'll shut up and enjoy what you see. But yeah, this is a crazy energetic dog. He's doing. If he's just trying to get to a smell that's a meter in front or 2 meters in front of him, I'm just going to let him go. And we'll get to the smell and then stop. If I can't see anything he's trying to get to and he just looks like he's got his head down or up and is just going, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to stop. But yeah, this is what happens when you keep a young adult dog cooped up for 9 weeks. And he's moving a bit quick there, so I'm just going to arrest that. Yeah, he's a bit full of things, so lots of stopping is going to be the way forward. Lots of just reminding him that, hey, I'm here on the end of that leash. I'm a person, an animal too, and we're supposed to be doing things together. And that's going to be hard for him to get his brain back into that space, because it's like taking a child to the theme park who's been stuck in a home for 9 weeks, and that's his first excursion out. He's going to be a lunatic. That's what we're dealing with. It is what it is. So there we go. There's going to be a fair bit of nothingness, but that's life. We'll switch to a broader view. So a cyclist just gone down there. The weather's forecasted to be absolutely atrocious. It was very warm today. It's late afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock, early afternoon, or it's late afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock. It's been 26, 27 today, but the cold front's just arrived and it's cooling off rapidly, and we're going to get rain, maybe a storm shortly. Don't bother me. We're only out for a 10-minute walk. That's not going to be something Okay, I'm jumping in on voiceover again here because the wind noise just gets insane. Explaining the video, I'll just say the words I've said. I've watched this back. There's a cold front coming. This was a warm day. It was 27, 28 degrees. The cold front arrived. It's horrendously windy. It is just overpowering my allegedly windproof mic. It's not not very nice out there. It's not cold yet, but it's threatening all sorts of nasty rain. It did turn into a thunderstorm later on that afternoon, but that's long after we've gone. So yeah, Roadie's just allowed to choose where he's going here. I'm not particularly wedded to a direction. He can go where he likes, sniff what he likes, bearing in mind that he is only supposed to be out walking for 10 minutes, so 5 minutes away from home, 5 minutes back. It's not really a lot. Again, you can see stop and start from me, stop and start. He's just putting all of his strength and all of his body weight into pulling forwards to get to smells or things. He chomped on something there. I don't know what that was. Oh yeah, go and try and have a look. I still don't know what it was. It was something that was white and hard, but it wasn't bone. Absolutely not bone, because it just melted under his trying to bite it. I think it was a bit of stale bread, if I'm honest. Okay, you could have eaten worse things, I suppose. It's not particularly healthy, but he goes back to sniffing again. I'm still trying to see what it is. There's a few crumbs on the floor there, so that's what led me to conclude it's a bit of stale bread. Meh, whatever. Not the best, but yeah. One thing I was saying, you see how his gait is here. You can still see his back leg is not right. His spine curves to the right. So he's still got some pain at this point because he's clearly not putting the force down through his body equally down each side. The force is being concentrated down the right hand side, and he's trying not to tense up on that back left, hence the curvature of his spine. That has significantly improved in the last couple of weeks. I know I've said a couple of different dates on this and on the audio at the start when we went walking. I said 9 weeks cooped up. That's wrong. This was week 10 since the operation, so it's basically 10 weeks cooped up. He had 5-minute walks the week before. There's nothing. It's basically outside the front and go for a pee and straight back in the house. It doesn't really do a lot. So unfortunately for him, yeah, that's the whole reason he's a mess. He was walking a lot nicer before his operation. But yeah, it's a concern. I didn't want him putting pressure on that knee. I don't want him pulling forward like a lunatic, because it's just not helping the recovery. But at the same time, his brain is just so in need of winding down and getting rid of some of the stress and the physical energy that his body has gotten locked in for so long for doing nothing, that it's really such a difficult fine line to try and cross. I don't want him running, but I don't want him stood there putting power through those back legs as a desperate pull to get to stuff. But he's just so super excited about everything. He's going for a poo, lovely. I did cut that bit out. We haven't gone anywhere. I've just collected the poo. Dogs, man. Oh yeah, look at that crabbing walking there. He's trying to put power down. He's trying to pull like a freight train, but he doesn't want to do it through that left leg. So he's being gentle with it. So that just means he's crabbing towards his right and putting all the power down through there, which it's kind of sad to see. Like, I suppose you could call that punishment in action. His own body is punishing him and telling him, I don't like this, this hurts, stop doing this. But his brain is just in such desperate need of de-stressing and moving forward that he can't stop it. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad to see. This is what happens when you mistreat an animal, and it's not intentional mistreating. We're trying to fix him. He had a physical problem, a serious physical problem. You see there's no weight on that left leg. It's all going down through that right leg. Yeah, it's not mistreatment because we're being mean. He's had serious Roadie, serious surgery. His leg got sawn in half, for goodness sake, and he's got a bolt in it. Well, what can you do? You've got to get through this. But it is disheartening to see the fight between the brain and the body, where the brain is just desperate, absolutely desperate to move forward. Yeah, and this doesn't stop the whole walk, and this won't stop for weeks yet. This won't stop until he's able to get rid of energy. And given his breed, walking's not enough. It won't stop until we can get him doing things like running on the treadmill again, or if I can get him into a flirt pole, that would be ideal. But I mean, flirt pole for a busted up knee, it's asking for trouble. It really is asking for trouble. Yeah, because his other leg's going to be taking the brunt of that. Oh, hang on a sec. I do apologise. Rollo just decided to come right up behind me and bark while I'm sat doing this. Right, where was I? I didn't want to re-record my last monologue as I've been going for about 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, so we'll just carry on from where I was, even though I've forgotten what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Roadie and his curvature of his way he's moving his body not quite right. Right, so this is roughly the halfway point, and you can see, and this will continue for the rest of the walk. He's just pulling, head down, pull, stop because I've stopped, head down, pull. It does bring in the obvious question, because you're trying to protect a knee here and trying not to get the dog to damage their body further or damage the other leg, would it be worth putting on an aversive tool to stop that? And you're going to introduce pain somewhere else to stop pain in the knee. There's an argument to be had for doing that, but honestly, I don't see that it's utility for the limited amount of time that we would be using such a thing would be that helpful, and it would harm the relationship between the owner and the dog, because the owner knows what you're doing. The dog knows what you're doing. The dog knows you've stuck a tool on it, and now it hurts to try and walk, and it already hurts to try and walk because the knee's not in good shape. So that's why I wouldn't do it. I can see why people would suggest that to me. It does make sense logically that, hey, you can actually stop them hurting that knee by putting a prong, for example, on him, or a slip leash. Yes, you could, but the damage it does elsewhere in the relationship between dog and owner, to me, is not worth it. And I know that will trigger through people to say, no, my dog loves the prong collar, it's fine, yada yada yada. Yeah, well, they don't, and I'm not going to go into the discussion on why they don't for that here. It's just a purely pain-based compliance mechanism, and that's all there is to it. It's not really a difficult ethical argument to make. You have to hurt your dog to get it to comply. Okay, great, that's not a good relationship. End of discussion. So I'm going to take Roadie slightly off the path, I think, here, just to give him some access to some different smells. This is an attempt. He's going to drag me the wrong way. I wanted to go across to the left. That's an attempt to get more smells in a smaller space into his nose, so he slows down and starts smelling things. Because as you can see, his problem is he wants forward motion, and he wants forward motion really, really quickly. And his brain is unable to wind that back and do anything calmly. And as I keep saying, completely expected, totally normal. The owner and myself, and the role of the human in this situation, of any dog that's gone through something like this, the role of you is just, unfortunately, to grin and bear it. There is no other sensible recourse around this. You've just got to go through the physio style recovery, slowly building up the muscles, slowly building up the endurance fitness again in the dog, because he's got quite a lot of muscle wastage. If you look at the back 2 legs, not that you're going to be able to get good enough angle to see, there is significant muscle wastage where he was limping and holding that leg up for a long period of time, and that is going to take time to come back. It is going to take time to come back, and that's why we've got to do things slowly. The leg bone has been weakened, the muscles have been weakened, and all of that, which is why I don't want him pulling like a train, don't want him running, and why stop start is the favoured mechanism here. I just want him to slowly do things, but it is a fight. There's no point hiding that. It is a fight. This is the dog that has almost no regard for his own personal well-being in terms of his physicality, and that's partly his breed and partly his personality and partly what he's gone through in the last 3 months. It just is the way it is. Yeah, that's not going to change. It's not going to change till he's fixed. Sad, but that's the way it is. That is the way it is. I'm just going to keep doing voiceover. I had a quick pull away to the original audio then, and the wind noise is still just horrendous. You can see the trees moving a bit. Not horrendously, but trust me, the wind noise was awful, so we're just voicing over. Again, I'm not talking to the dog. I'm not talking to Roadie, saying anything. This is all about just getting out there and going through the motions. It's not wild, it's not exciting, there's nothing cool about this, there's nothing fun. Hell, we don't even see anybody or anything. We haven't seen another person or a dog, I don't think, for this entire video. Like I said, the weather's crap. It's windy, it's getting cold, it's cloudy, the clouds are dark because there is a storm coming. So yeah, nobody's out. It's about as boring as it gets, unfortunately, but that's it. I want to show the whole process. I don't want to hide things. I'm not trying to give 1 minute, 2 minute clips of stuff that I'm really clever at or good at, or showing that there's just a tip or a trick you can do and everything's fixed. There's no such thing. There's no shortcut. You've just got to go through the hard graft and do the grind and get to the goal. There isn't a way you can shortcut everything. Oh, it looks like he's seen something. I don't know what he's looking at there. I haven't gone back to the original audio. I can't remember from watching this back. I don't know what that was. So yeah, now we're on our way home. Last few meters, last 100 meters of the walk. As you can still see, he's still rather bouncy. Still wants to go forward as fast as he can. There's not a horrendous amount of tension on the leash here. Actually, he's kind of just bouncing off it at this point, which is nice. You can still see the majority of the weight of his body is going through the back right there. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, across the road and back home, and that will be the walk. It shouldn't be so windy here, so I could if I wanted to go back to the original audio, but there's not a lot of point. I think he wants to go to this. Yeah, there we go. He's going to pull quite hard for the last bit as he goes up towards his home. And oh no, he's not. I got that wrong. Okay, I thought he. That's why a different car. I don't know why he puts his head between the wheel and the car. That's weird. Usually he pulls pretty hard when he gets towards his front door. But maybe he's decided he doesn't go home yet. That's why he's not doing it here. Yeah, he's not even in front of me. Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. Is I don't want to go yet. I don't want to go home. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's going to be the end of the walk. I will cut to the original audio for the last bit, but this is going to be slow for this guy. That's why I haven't been publishing many videos of him. I've been doing him twice a week. For however long you haven't seen a Roadie video for, and this one's a couple of weeks old as it is. I've still been doing him every week, 2 times a week, and it's the same until we can start doing more activity. It's just boring, but it is what it is, and that is the process.